The story of Nachiketa. There was in ancient times a very rich man who made a certain sacrifice which required that he should give away everything that he had. Now, this man was not sincere. He wanted to get the fame and glory of having made the sacrifice, but he was only giving things which were of no further use to him: old cows, barren, blind, and lame. He had a boy called Nachiketas. This boy saw that his father was not doing what was right, that he was breaking his vow, but he did not know what to say to him. In India, father and mother are living gods to their children, and so the boy approached the father with the greatest respect and humbly inquired of him, "Father, to whom are you going to give me? For your sacrifice requires that everything shall be given away." The father was very much vexed at this question and replied, "What do you mean, boy? A father giving away his own son?" The boy asked the question a second and a third time, and then the angry father answered, "You I gave unto death, Yama." And the story goes on to say that the boy went to Yama, the god of death. Yama was the first man who died. He went to heaven and became the governor of all the pitris, all the good people who die. Go and live with him for a long time. He is very pure and holy person, chaste and God, as his name Yama implies. So the boy went to Yama's world, but even gods are sometimes not at home, and 3 days this boy had to wait there. After the third day, Yama returned. "O learned one," said Yama, "you have been waiting for here for 3 days without food, and you are a guest worthy of respect. Salutation to you, O Brahmin, and welfare to me. I am very sorry I was not at home, but for that I will make amends. Ask 3 boons, one for each day." And the boy asked, "My first boon is that my father's anger against me may pass away, that he will be kind to me and recognize me when you allow me to depart." Yama granted this fully. The next boon was that he wanted to know about a certain sacrifice which took people to heaven. So this idea of heaven did not give full satisfaction to all. Yet Nachiketas asks the second boon about some sacrifice through which people might attain to this heaven. The second boon, the second boon was also readily granted by Yama, who promised that this sacrifice should henceforth be named after Nachiketas. Then the third boon comes, and with that the Katha Upanishad proper begins. The boy said, "There is this difficulty. When a man dies, some say he is, others that he is not. Instructed by you, I desire to understand this." But Yama was frightened. He had been very glad to grant the other 2 boons. Now he said the gods in ancient times were puzzled on this point. "This subtle law is not easy to understand. Choose some other boon. O Nachiketas, do not press me on this point. Release me." The boy was determined and said, "What you have said is true, O death, that even the gods had doubts on this point, and it is no easy matter to understand. But I cannot obtain another exponent like you, and there is no other boon equal to this." Death said, "Ask for sons and grandsons who will live 100 years, many cattle, elephants, gold, and horses. Ask for empire on this earth, and live as many years as you like, or choose any other boon which you think equal to this, wealth and long life, or be thou a king, O Nachiketas, on the wide earth. I will make you the enjoyer of all desires. Ask for all those desires which are difficult to obtain in this world. These heavenly maidens with chariots and music, which are not to be obtained by man, are yours. Let them serve you, O Nachiketas, but do not question me as to what comes after death." Nachiketas said, "These are merely things of a day, O death. They wear away the energy of all the sense organs. Even the longest life is very short. These horses and chariots, dances and songs may remain with you. Man cannot be satisfied by wealth. can we retain wealth when we behold you? We shall live only so long as you desire. Only the boon which I have asked is chosen by me. Yama was pleased with this answer and said, perfection is one thing and enjoyment another. These two having different ends engage men differently. He who chooses perfection becomes pure. He who chooses enjoyment misses his true end. Both perfection and enjoyment present themselves to man. The wise man, having examined both, distinguishes one from the other. He chooses perfection as being superior to enjoyment, but the foolish man chooses enjoyment for the pleasure of his body. O Nachiketas, having thought upon the things which are only apparently desirable, you have wisely abandoned them. Death then proceeded to teach Nachiketas. Message of the story. We must choose what is good for us, not just what gives pleasure and spoil us.